Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and today we had a crazy day in the market, super volatile. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe to the video. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I make videos. So let's talk about it, right? We know I have been telling you guys that we had more data from the Feds coming, and today they dropped that CPI data on us. They dropped it, and it was a bomb for sure. Things looked like they were gonna come up, and then they quickly came back down for the markets. And we saw from stocks to crypto, we're seeing things that we haven't seen in years, right? So this is definitely, I saw somebody in one article say the end of times. But luckily, I had warned y'all, I want to say 2 weeks ago, that we were entering a crypto winter. So I was not buying crypto for a minute, and that's why we kind of stopped watching it, right? So we in this crypto winter, and crypto came tumbling down for sure. We got one specifically, Terra that we're gonna talk about. But for now, let's get into the CPI data, right? Let's see what inflation was looking like for this month. So right now, inflation barreled ahead at 8.3% in April from a year ago, remaining near 40-year highs. The consumer price index, and so y'all know I gotta hit these key points, right? Y'all know these key points are the main points that you should take from what I'm about to say, because this is the most important part, and really the rest of it is just, it is what it is. The consumer price index accelerated 8.3% in April, more than the 8.1% estimate and near the highest level in more than 40 years. So the expectations for this month were to see this 8.1. This is the estimate based on interest rate hikes and what the Fed thought would get, bring this thing down. And just, it didn't hit those numbers. It was 0.2% higher at 8.3%, showing that it's coming in the right direction. Inflation is coming down, but it is not coming down as hard as they expected. So what does that mean, right? That means that the Fed have to recalculate. That puts more uncertainty into the market. The Fed needs to recalculate what they're doing and consider that this thing may go on longer than expected because it did not do what it was supposed to do. And of course, there has always been news. They have always mentioned that, hey, we won't know for sure if this thing is really working until June and July. But this is the first impact we see. We know the first interest rate hike was only 0.25 basis points, or 25 basis points. The second one was 50 basis points, and this is what we got. We saw it go up to 8.5 after the first interest rate hike, and now we see it come back down to about 8.3, where they expected was 8.1. So it's just like bad earnings, right? When a company has bad earnings, it doesn't meet that EPS, that earnings per share. What happens to the stock, the price of that stock? It comes down. So the market, in this case, the entire market came down with this news. It was ugly. Core CPI, which excludes food and energy, also was higher than expected, rising 6.2%. Now, one thing that I want to say about this, right? This is the key. See, core CPI, which excludes food and energy. Food and energy. Energy, what is energy? We think about gas and oil. Gas and oil, which we know the prices have been rising on. But guess what is included in this core CPI? Public travel, air travel. So guess what? Prices of airplanes have been going up. Gas prices are still going up. So public transportation is still more expensive, right? Buses. I'm sorry, I said public travel. Public transportation, buses, and things of that nature, taxis, are still going up because of the price of gas. So guess what? Oil and gas is still being calculated into this. And due to the Russia-Ukraine invasion, they are now taking an effect on us. That's because of those high gas prices, we're having an even harder time on getting inflation down. Shelter costs, which comprise about 1/3 of the CPI, rose at their fastest pace since 1991. Inflation-adjusted earnings continued to decline for workers, falling 2.6% over the past year due to surging cost of living. So inflation-adjusted earnings continue to decline for workers, falling 2.6% over the past year due to surging cost of living. The cost of living is going crazy. Apartments, rentals, all of these places are really raping the citizens. I mean, hey, at this point, hopefully you bought already, so you had your fixed low rate interest on your home, got your mortgage, and everything is working out perfect for you, so you're not suffering from this. But if you didn't, if you're currently a renter of a home or apartment, you are definitely seeing higher increases on your living cost of living, and that is whooping people's butts. So where you only get a wage increase, a living wage increase of about 2.7%, which is the expected inflation every year. This year is a lot higher, right? So now you got higher cost of living, higher gas prices, and now the people, the normal citizens, are just all around suffering. So this is just taking a beating. We are the economy, the people, we're taking a beating right now. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. All right, so let's talk about it, right? I said crypto. Well, first of all, I'm gonna jump to the fear index. No, I'm gonna go here. So our Dow is down 1.02%. S&P 500 down 1.65%. Nasdaq down 3.18. Russell down 2.48. Now this morning we actually saw all of these indexes on the way up. We saw them coming up. The Dow was up 200 points in the pre-market. S&P 500 was up 100 points in the pre-market. Nasdaq was up 100 points in the pre-market. And all of a sudden, again, that CPI data brought it all down. We saw things go back up for a little while. And I'll show you. Look, came down. It went back up, shot all the way up here, and slowly but surely came down to those new 52-week lows. 52-week lows is what we're seeing right now. So that $3,935, we taking a beating. The market is suffering. It is blood in the streets. But you guys know what? I still believe that these are the times that we should go shopping. On value plays, Apple, I think it's finally hit our entry price, right? What was Apple's entry price for us? $145, our entry price. If you were patient, look at Apple. You got $146.50 right now. Definitely buying. For me, this is where I'll be buying it. I tell you, this is my entry price. It came way down. It was holding strong despite all the rest of these companies taking a beating. Definitely something to stick with. BTI, still, although it came way down, and I say a market price because I believe in BTI. The market isn't going anywhere. So as long as you're a long-term investor and keep holding, this thing is going to bounce back stronger than ever. Current price is probably $200 something, right? So let's check it out. BTI. We're gonna check it out. 195. A whole lot better than what I have. But guess what? I'm going shopping. I'm gonna buy more of this tomorrow. Especially under $200. I'm buying more and I'm waiting on the bounce back. I can buy 5 more shares of these at $1,000. And guess what that $1,000 is gonna do for me? It's gonna go up eventually over time, probably gonna hit 20% returns, which you can't get in your 401k, which you can't get in your savings account. I'm gonna be beating everything out. So this is what we trying to do, right? We taking advantage, the transfer of wealth. Now, although it may take you 2 years, 3 years, it may not take that long, but that's what I'm holding for 5. If it does take you that long, guess what? You invested in value, and it's definitely gonna pay off because you use money that you did not need right now, and money that's just pretty much sitting around. So let's talk about crypto, y'all. Let's talk about crypto. Terra is one that was on our watch list. Now again, y'all know I just told y'all 2 weeks ago that crypto hit that crypto winter. It was not moving. I sold most of mine, everything but Ethereum, and I was holding it because I had a very low price, a very low average on it. So that was the only one I didn't sell. Look at Terra, guys. Currently, it was at about $100. We saw this thing at $100 with not on $98.99 on 4/21. It is currently sitting at 62 cents. 62 cents, y'all. This thing took a beating. It is not 68 cents. I'm sorry, it must have moved a little bit. 60 cents and not 60.6091. It's down 96% on the day. And it ain't telling me how much it's down for the month, but it's down. Just know that it is crippled. Terra is crippled. People are terrified of the crypto market right now, and it is not looking good for those who invested in it and were actually still holding. However, y'all know what I told you, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, those the big dogs. Hopefully you didn't put a whole lot in any of this and you're not seeing your portfolios get terrorized too terribly bad. But Bitcoin, Ethereum still holding up there in the 20,000, 28,000. If Bitcoin keeps coming down, I'm going to get back in it. I don't care. I like these prices. Ethereum, I'm going to continue to bring my average down. I had an average of about $2,100. It is now at $2,047. So you know what that means? I go shopping. However, I look for it to come lower. So should you, because this thing isn't over, right? We don't know where the bottom is. It would definitely take me seeing several consecutive days for me to feel like this thing was over and that it could, make a return. So let's look at some of our older ones. Our Meta and all of those. See how much they came down. And honestly, Terra Luna is off my list. It is off my radar now completely. Because for me to see something come down from $100 to 60 cents in a matter of 2 weeks, I told you it looked kind of funny, but I knew it was making money. Told you it was looking kind of funny, but I knew it was making money. So hey, I got in, got out, made my money, and hopefully you did too. Doge down, Shiba Inu down. Look at these prices, y'all. Crypto.com, well, Chronos, formerly known as Crypto.com. I don't see 8. The Sandbox down, Mana down. Everything is pretty much taking a beating. So at this case, this thing is not isolated to just stocks. It is also crypto. I told y'all, we check our stock heat map every day, so because we want to know what sector is doing well. And right now, energy is the only one still doing well, 2 days in a row. So maybe you were smarter than me and you still holding your XLE. Because when I saw oil coming back down, I sold out of my XLE ETF, which is an energy ETF, and I'm not seeing those profits or those returns, whereas some of you may still be seeing them. So kudos to you, right? Kudos to you. Still up 1.34% today. It's down 5.53% for the week though. While we were talking about oil and gas and energy, it's one thing I wanted to point out to you guys, looking at these crude oil prices and Brent crude oil prices. And just know these gas prices are going up. I actually saw gas at $4.10 today. Some of you may be seeing it higher. If you are, leave it in the comments. Let me know whether you paying for gas right now. Oil and gas is going crazy. So the markets right now, the economy right now, it is in dire straits. But it's up to us to guess what? You know what, right? The wealthy word of the week. Have unwavering faith in your investments. Have unwavering faith in your investments. Hopefully, if you didn't have unwavering faith in it, you use that stop loss that I taught you about, right? That stop loss that I taught you about, and it kicked you out at about 10%. At least, max 10%. 5% on others. The ones that you really don't trust, 5%. The ones that you got to give a little slack for, 10%. Your long-term bankers, you just let those fly. You can take the average down, and I'll take those short-term paper losses. So that's how we doing it. That's how we playing it. At least that's what it is. That's how we're gonna make money going towards the future. So I think that's what I got for you today. That CPI data, markets coming down as low as they have. Tomorrow, I called Tuesday, right? Monday night I told you Tuesday that we would see a little bit of green, and we did just that. Let me take a look at it based on today. Tomorrow, I really don't know how to feel, guys. I really don't know how to feel. I feel like we should see green. Historically, based on the numbers and how much we came down, how heavy we came down to these new lower lows, historically, we should see green tomorrow. But in a recession, that does not always hold true. So I thank you guys for joining Thank you guys for joining the Journey to Become Wealthy. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all later.